doesn't mean we should not look at others. Look at what Blessing has been doing. Look at what Haruna has done. Nobody in Africa, as I speak with you, is one of the 4 players ITTF has brought out to compete for Player of the Year. Nigeria has never gone that close. Nigeria has never gone that close.
You mentioned as well that Taekwondo, it was a good year for Taekwondo.
Yes.
We went to the World Championship, I think it was in Edinburgh.
Yes.
We won, 4 medals. I mean, going off what Yagazie, Chuku Merije did many years ago, at least we can see some sort of light, at the end of the tunnel. Table tennis as well wasn't bad. I mean, which was one of the
taken over from Egypt.
So in those areas. So I'd say last year was
if we're going to ask, what would we credit these successes to?
So, this individual
Individual successes as they may be.
May I just say that even when you narrow down football to the national teams, look at the great contributions the female teams have brought in terms of success to our country. But look how their league is being run. Look what is happening to the various club sides. Look how they are treating. Before I came into the studio, Sunday Uchechi, that we discovered prior to the 2009 festival, just called me now that she needed some serious help. I said, send a text and let me see what I can do. I mean, Sunday Uchechi is an international. However, for me, the high point of last year was Brume. Ese was a young girl that I used to see in Asaba around Amaju Pinnick and Solomon Ogba, and who used to tell me that, Oga, just watch, waiting I could do this year. And she did it. You asked a very key question, what can we attribute to these successes, the sprinkles of success we got? Take table tennis, for example. It's about dedication by the administrators. Enitan Shodi was determined to ensure that table tennis is given the recognition in this country that it deserves. I mean, the days of Atonda Musa, Bankole, the Ekun brothers, Toriola Senior, we used to watch table tennis with a frenzy. The indoor of the National Stadium used to be jam-packed.
To watch table tennis?
Yes, in those days. And I think that is what Enitan has succeeded in reigniting for table tennis. It's about the dedication of the administrators. It's about the selflessness of those involved in running those sports. Football, again, in 2015, will thrive higher because now we have a very passionate, very determined young NFF president who is keying into his network in the private sector to ensure that our football is giving some sanity and would have a resemblance of what we have in other international football houses.
Would you say the politics in NFF also may have contributed to the failure of the Super Eagles?
Well, look, I'm a realist. We had an argument before we came into the studio for this program. I'm a realist. We cannot continue to look for the easiest way out for Stephen Keshi and his boys. They failed. It was overconfidence. I mean, he just called our group a weak group. There are no minnows in world football anymore. If top-class analysts like my brother here is still referring to South Africa and Congo and Sudan as minnows, and that was exactly the same
argument. Not minnows, but they're weak.
No, I don't. But the Nations Cup, we are not.
Absolutely. In terms of precedence, in terms of our head-to-head against all of these teams.
Forget all of that.
It is what it is.
Sport is played on today's form. In Warri, we will say, I get them before. No big game.
Well, this is after the fact. After the time the group was set.
On current
it was a good group. We should have qualified.
My brother, on current form, you cannot underestimate any team. And that was what Keshi and his team did. It wasn't the politics. I pointed it out to him. I said, around the same period, the girls he mentioned won the silver medal at the World Cup. Around the same period, the women he mentioned won the gold medal at the Nations Cup. Are you saying they were more psyched, or they were better psyched to go and win those laurels than the Super Eagles?
There's a bit of sanity when the female won. Already, Amaju was there. When the men had issues, in fact, we had no president.
When they won the silver medal.
When the men were having issues, the first match we played in Canada, for example, we had no NFF president. There was somebody, let me not mention name now, that was trying to enter the pitch as NFF president. Security people stopped the man, And then the president, who is supposed to be the president at that time, did not show up because he doesn't want to present a chaotic situation by coming, and then we have two presidents trying to take charge. These players are human. I am not saying that is the whole problem, but it's part of the problem because I am aware a player, not even one, 2, 3 players asked me. They called me, they asked me, bro, what is happening? Who is our president? For somebody to ask you that question, are you saying that will not also form part of his psyche for the match?
But let me quickly add.
I'll come back to you to ask you a question.
Let me just quickly add that in support of what Mr. Olopade said. About the time we went to Canada for the female World Cup, there was a time that it looked like the girls were not going to go. I think they were supposed to leave earlier. They were at the airport and they couldn't fly because confirmation hadn't come from FIFA that they were allowed in the tournament. So I completely agree when we.
But they still delivered.
Absolutely. I think that the players that
So maybe we should go back to
The question I want to ask you is, were the players, are they playing for the nation or for NFF?
They are playing for the nation.
They're playing for the nation. So if you're playing for the nation and everything you need to play has been given to you, so to speak, why would you now be confused whether there's a president or there's no president? How does that matter?
The truth is this. 2 of them are aware. Super Eagles are special breed.
Can I give me a follow-up?
No.
Let the remuneration.
Let me learn. Super Eagles are special breed. Special breed as in they have their problems. Multiple problems. In Brazil, I was in Brazil. Super Eagles are very, very difficult to manage. The Falcons we're talking about, they did not collect bonuses. They played from match 1 to the last match final and won. I am not saying that is not fantastic, patriotism and all. But Super Eagles, when they come, the first thing they will ask for before they kick the ball is, where is our money? We win.
You said at the beginning that they were over-pampered.
I agree.
Okay, so.
Yes, they are over-pampered because, for example, the money they are collecting, for me as an administrator, I will bring that money. Because the highlight of performing for Nigeria is for you to come and play or compete for your country, not for you to come, take money. The money that is very important, very crucial, is for you to give them their return ticket. I'm not saying they should not give them bonuses, but they put this thing at the front burner. And that was what affected us in Brazil at the World Cup. What I'm saying is this administrative problem also played a role. I'm not saying that is the hallmark, but I'm saying it also played a role. That it does not play a role for the women does not mean it did not affect the men. It affected these guys.
Okay, Mr. Lokpade, you're an administrator. I mean, are the bonuses a problem? Should the bonuses be taken out? I mean, right now we are rebuilding a national team, so to speak. So should we take the bonuses, either put them aside or divide it into 2?
I always like to look things from the peculiarities of our society. You cannot compare the English National League, where bonuses are, the players contribute their bonuses to charity directly from camp. You can't do that in Nigeria. The reality on ground is that a lot of our players are the breadwinners of their families, and the money cannot always be enough. So I feel the incentive of bonuses across board should stay. Is the reality of today. We should continue to give it to them. But I am saying that alongside the bonuses should be patriotism, should be selflessness, should be the determination to succeed, should be do not go there and underestimate your opponent. Okay, let me draw my Egbon back. I brought from Ogun State, is my good Egbon. Let me draw him back to the Nigerian-South African match. Amaju was there already as president. A lot of things were looking good. Even matches that they did not win, they got the bonuses to support them.
Was it a brand new stadium?
It was a brand new stadium. A lot of money was expended for them to do well. And that was the match that we needed to qualify. Complacency setting, lack of determination to win that simple match was there. South Africa, our wives, we are going to do what we need to do with them. And guess what? We got thumped. We got thumped in the sense that a 2-2 draw in Nigeria is thumping. And that was how. Do you know what happened that night? They went to dance Budo Obuchi at the Governor's Lodge.
So you're saying there's not so much of discipline.
and dedication.
But I should add this,
Dedication.
as per the bonuses as well, that this thing usually derives also from what the players see from the leaders. If you are saying that the boys should be patriotic, they should give their all and all of that, I think that agenda will be set by the people who are leading them. The leaders as well always collect their extra codes, they travel in luxury and do all of that. These boys see it. They are the reasons why we went to Brazil in the first place. And so if everybody in Brazil is cleaning out, everybody's in quotes enjoying life, the primary reasons why we are here, should also get it. So if you want to set the patriotism agenda, it has to come directly from the leaders, from the administrators.
We're out of time, so we're going to do this final thoughts, but we'll break it down. The word final thought to the administrator, the final thought to the players, you, then the final thought to everybody involved in the sports scene. So let me begin with
Something to do differently this year.
in 2015. So let me begin with you.
In 2015, Honorable Legbele and Donagogo, the minister, should ensure that lesser sports are given the pride of place, while also looking after football. More importantly, administrators should try as much as possible to be selfless. But my biggest joy is that my friend and brother, Amaju Pinnick, is running our football, and I have no doubt that with God on his side and the side of his board, Nigeria will do better than 2014.
To the players.
Well, as for the players, we've got the Falcons going to Canada again next year. They're in a very tough group. I'm sure you will agree. Hopefully, they will do well in that group. And also, next year, I think is big as per Nigeria's future.
Flying
because
Eagles
we've got the
under
under-17
17
and also the Flying Eagles. I would like to see the progression of the boys, who won in Abu Dhabi. Under the manager, Manu Garba, going to the under-17, under-21, and also I like to see what Emmanuel Munike has got to do with his boys, with obviously a projection into the future, because if we are complaining about the Super Eagles right now, about a glut of talent, so to speak, we need these boys, to come through and hopefully go on to deliver. As per the Super Eagles, well, in 2012, they did not qualify for the Nations Cup. In 2013, they won it. And so if they didn't qualify this time around, we've got all of 2015 to prepare for the next tournament. So it wasn't good, but we've risen from the ashes before.
Salami.
Yes, the starting point for us is to raise a new team. And for me, raising a new team means we should start all over. All over means the coaches and all should go. Keshi should go. Because Siasia did not qualify us, he was sacked. And so Keshi should go. Because politics have no place.
Siasia was sacked, Keshi should also
Yes, because you will not set a bad precedent. The coaches should be fair in selection of players, no sentiment. Players, athletes should be committed to national cause. It is very important. If we are raising a new team, he mentioned it, that we should raise a new team because we have the time to prepare a new team. You can't prepare a new team by retaining the old coach. He will also do business as usual. For us to raise a new team with all the genuinity it deserves, it means there should be a new coach who will start all over fairly. And then the issue of bonuses that was discussed earlier, that money is too much. Maybe it should be half. Half of it should be enough for them. They are not playing for the bonus. They should not play for the bonus.
But they're professionals.
I know. They should play for the country. Then $5,000 is not bad for them to collect. $10,000, wow.
Maybe they should learn something from the Falcon. The Falcon.
Thank you.
Falcon.
I agree with you.
All right, thank you so much. We're speaking with Adekunle Salami, Deputy Sports Editor, New Telegraph.
Thank you very much.
Biola Kazim is a sports analyst. Thank you for coming. And Mr. Bukola Olokbade, Sports Administrator. Thank you for
Very
coming.
much. Thank you, viewers.
Thank you all for being here.
We've been discussing the year 2014 as regards the sports scene and moving forward into 2015. What do we hope to achieve? Well, they said things they need to say, but we would take a break here and we'll come back to look at a totally different issue, but still has to do with the nation. Please stay with us.